There's a traitor at the White House and President Trump is absolutely livid after finding out who it was. There's a fox in the hen house up at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and President Trump is absolutely livid after finding out who it was. Over the past several days we learned that someone was maliciously behind the scenes driving the purge of Army Lt. Gen. Michael Flynn, who was forced to resign after someone at the White House illegally leaked telephone conversations between Flynn and a Russian diplomat. Now the man behind the takedown of one of Trump's team will be paying for his antics in a huge way, as idiots in Washington keep learning the hard lesson that you do not mess with Donald Trump. While we all fully expect Democrats to sabotage President Trump whenever they have half a chance, you would hope that our elected Republican officials would have the best interests of our president in mind as they perform their elected duties. But unfortunately that is not the case, as many RINOs in D.C. continue to viciously sabotage Trump, as our anti-establishment president continues to be a massive thorn in their side. A breaking report coming out of D.C. today just established that the chief leaker at the White House responsible to feeding the Trump-hating mainstream media with dirt was engineered by none other than White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus, formerly the head of the Republican National Committee in Washington. InfoWars has more. The purge of Army Lt. Gen. Michael Flynn engineered by White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus is the Pearl Harbor for Trump loyalists, a devastating attack that determines for Trump supporters that Priebus, an elite GOP Washington insider, must go. The concern among Trump loyalists is that now that Priebus has succeeded in getting rid of Flynn, his next targets will be Trump top advisors Steve Miller, Steve Bannon, and Kellyanne Conway, all of whom D.C. insiders are planning must go if Priebus is to succeed in sabotaging Trump's revolutionary agenda. When you take a closer look at Priebus, it really comes as no surprise that he is the malcontent behind these leaks. Ever since President Trump took office, he's been caught several times majorly fouling things up, which now appears to be willful sabotage. Not only was Priebus behind the botched rollout of the Trump's executive order that temporarily halted migrants from entering America, but he intentionally delayed Jeff Sessions being confirmed as Trump's new Attorney General. Breitbart has more. Multiple sources close to President Trump with internal knowledge of White House operations told Breitbart News on Monday night that the buck stops with Priebus when it comes to the botched rollout of the executive order temporarily banning most travel to the United States from 7 nations with a history of exporting terrorism and temporarily halting the refugee program. This news comes of course in the wake of the news that Flynn was pushed out, but also as more and more reports of a likely shake-up at the top loom. Reince is responsible, ultimately, for the rollout of the immigration executive order, one source said. He failed to get Attorney General Jeff Sessions on the calendar in the Senate in time for what he knew would be a highly controversial executive order. He was supposed to be this wizard in dealing with congressional Republicans, but has not been successful in getting anything serious done. If there's one thing we've learned about President Trump, it's that he doesn't screw around. Now that he knows that Priebus betrayed him, it looks like this traitor will soon be out of job, as rumors today are frantically flying that Priebus will soon be canned from his position at the White House. Hopefully we can quickly learn who the rest of the traitors are in D.C. before they continue to do any more damage to our president and his administration. Freedom Daily contributed to this report. It's News Exposed signing off.